Greetings and welcome back to being shot in the bum by an agent. Please, let's work on it together. No, we've got to do this together. No, go the other way. We've got to take him on. We've got to kill him before he kills us. Use your crazy missiles, take down his shields. I'll follow up with some stronger firepower. We've got him on the run. Come on, he's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me because you're not. Oh, really? Just you decided to attack the plant function instead. I see how it is. No, now, well done. Ha-ha! We've got you scallywag. Well done there. Oh, you're picking up his mortar crazy laser gizmos. I approve enormously, truly I do. Right, I do have to apologize for this late video. I am terribly sorry, but I got a little bit absorbed in streaming Dwarf Fortress last night and ended up streaming from 9 o'clock until somewhere around 6 o'clock, which is not quite what I intended to do. So this will be going up slightly later than normal. Oh, you've lost your awesome plasma mortars already. Well, drat. Let's build some more things. Also, we need to take down his shield as fast as we can. Come on, that's right, my fleet. Ah, how glorious this is. Well done with the missiles there. Let's build more and more. But yes, this is the 5th day of reassembly, and I have already selected the winner, or rather chaotically selected the winner, and I have decided, I've already got a really firm idea of how I'm going to put this suggestion on the type of bot into reality. Oh my lord, another agent over there. We'll have to wait on that though, because this is important. We have to kill all the bad guys. Oh dear, what did I just do? I pressed space, and for some reason, too much? Too little? I'm not sure. Oh no. Phew. My heart sank a little bit there because I was feeling very good about myself and how much damage we've been doing to the enemy. But I do not want to be taking too much firepower from you, thanks. Let's turn around and then swing back in, finish you off if we can. Fantastic. That was a 1,000-point ship we just killed there. I am very happy. That is no easy thing to do. We've got an awful lot of firepower here. Let's spawn some more awesome ships, shall we? Also, let's have you be killed with the enormous amount of missiles that we're launching. Okay, hello. You won't last for very long, but you are attacking one of our dearest friends. Please stop. Okay, I best stop doing this and actually start building, because I have a very firm idea of what we're going to be building. I mean, obviously I've already got the name for what we're going to be building, but I've got a really firm idea on how we're going to build it. Okay, as always, let's start with a central ring of armor around our cockpit. Now, once again, we are going to have the almost patented generator / shield block. There we go. You'll notice I have a few more items down the bottom, but we're going to need more than that. And you'll also notice by the way I'm spinning these around. Actually, I need to double check on something. Let me go to the upgrade screen. Do we have any more crazy ones? That's 1,200. This is 1,200 as well. This is a plasma cannon, and that is a plasma mortar. Okay. We also have this crazy plasma cannon over here. We're a little ways off getting that one, but probably not that far away, honestly. But we'll have to see. That's fine. Okay, so we've got our little setup here. You know what? Let's rise this out just slightly. I want a way for these blocks to get around a little bit better. And by get around, what I mean is that it seems that if a block is being built off the side of any particular block, it'll hold it up from spawning any more blocks. So by doing this, if this block, for example, starts building this block, that will be finished very quickly, and then it'll carry on building other blocks off the side of this one. Whereas this block, if the first thing it tries to rebuild is this, it's going to wait until it's finished this before it can build any of the others. It seems that effectively you can only be building one thing off any block at any one time. So you do need to keep that in mind whilst you're positioning generators or anything like that. Anything that's going to take a long time to build, you really want it to be built off a secondary block of the main hull, in effect. Now then, what we want to do here is, as usual, build out along here. In fact, I'll start mirroring this rather than just going ahead and wasting my time repeatedly building it. There we go. There we are. Now, we are going to want well, not too much thrusters on this one. It has been requested that this one be a relatively slow vessel, so that is what we're going to do. And we want to drag this down here. However, being slow and being not being agile are two very different things, in my opinion. We can still make an agile craft, we just don't want to put too much emphasis on it being swift, is the main thing. Actually, you know what? Let's go with this instead. So we'll do this on each one. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's exactly what we need. There we are. And then, actually, we'll do this as well. Fantastic. This works well, I feel. There we go. Now, we've got plenty of forward and reverse thrust. That's fine. We also then have a little bit of turning ability. I think this is probably enough. We don't really need more than this, I think, for what we're going to be trying to build. And that's pretty much all we want for the middle. Oh no, what have I done? I've accidentally pressed the Windows key. Hopefully that didn't mess up the recording, but we will soon see. Oh dear me. I can actually easily check that, thankfully. Yes, yes it did mess up the recording. No, no it didn't. Haha! Fantastic news. I'm all fingers and thumbs today, I'm afraid. It's probably because I'm still so tired, so you will have to forgive me. Or rather, I humbly ask that you forgive me. I must stop saying you will have to do anything. You don't. It is your choice whether you forgive me or not. I just would really think it would be very dapper of you if you did. Something along those lines. So, yes, but... damn it, Dwarf Fortress! Look what you've done! Alright, let's build that out there, and then rotate this around and have it building up inside as well. Now, what I'm thinking we can do in here, perhaps... You know what? That's actually a really nice little setup there. Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot. I like this an awful lot. Alright. Will this connect? Yes, it will. Will this then slide in? No. Almost, but no. Not quite. Very well. The only thing is this is pointing straight away from the main... from the cockpit, so it's not really going to... And it's also kind of off-center. Okay, never mind. That was a shame because it looked awesome, but no. Refuse. You are gone. Okay, we'll grab you, drag you over. Then we just need to rotate this one around. And it's a shame because that was actually looking rather awesome in my opinion. Could we? Is there anything I could do in here, perhaps? Not really, and I don't think there's particularly any reason to worry about it. We could have a harvester in there, maybe. Not sure that there's much reason to, though. You know what? If there's no reason for it, then we shouldn't do it. We don't need to, so let's just curl that around like so. Okay, I'm fairly happy with this, so we're going to copy this entire design there down here instead. But first I'll work on the top area, and then we'll get that nice and ready. Oh, that's going to be awkward. There we go. We'll mirror it down to the bottom, because this is largely going to be a symmetrical build, as if I ever do anything else. Let's get that up. We'll actually sort that out. I prefer a bit more of a line there than having it all bulky. There we go. And next up, we're going to need more power than this. I think there's a possibility we might. So, how about an extra power gen. Yeah. Okay, that'll do. Now, all we were going to want from this is for this to come out a little bit further. Probably, you know what, if we get rid of that and just copy this down, we can do much the same. But over here, we're going to want a shield. There we go. The first of many, you understand? The first of many. Right, we're going to build these out along the top like so, and down in here, we are going to want to start having banks of plasma mortars. We will want to create a bit of a good shape here by doing this. We want this to kind of have a circular shape. Now, to get the circular shape is going to be a little bit awkward. So I'm going to need to be building this along both edges at the same time, I fancy. Yeah, we'll grab all of that. We should be able to mirror it then around here. Now, the only thing with this is there is a possibility I'm going to need a lot more thrusters once I've added all of the mass onto this vessel that I'm going to be adding. And for now, I'm just going to add these blocks in so I can get the rough shape of this. So we've got 1, 2, and we'd have another one in the very corner there. Like so. There we go. So that's going to be our main section here. Grow that out. Actually, we want these across a little bit to give us room to put some more shields in. So we have a shield there. We have a shield here as well. There we go. That's plenty of shielding around this corner section. Let's build this out to about there. Then rotate that around and slot that in. Okay, that's not bad. And we continue to bring this down along both sides to create a little nest for these plasma mortars, because we are wanting a lot of them. Now, I'm thinking perhaps that is enough along one side, because we've got to basically copy this around all sides, and we're not even finished once we've done that. So there's going to be a fair few things that we need to do. We will have a little bit of point defense, just not a whole lot of it in here, and I may add a little bit of extra thrusters around the edge. Now, I have been given the pretty good tip of the further out a shield is from the edge, to the edge, the closer it is to the edge, the more protection that part of the ship is going to have. And it stands to reason, but at the same time, it's not something I'd really been building towards. So it was worth being told that. Because up to now, I've just been tending to try and bury the shields a little bit in order to protect them from things like missile attacks. Not what I should have been doing, apparently. Let's mirror that around up here. There we go. Then we want to build this in. Once again, mirror it. Fantastic. There we are. So we've got our circle going on. Grab you. Okay, this is an expensive ship already. We're going to have to cut down on the cost of these, because at 86 per, it's a little bit too much. So we'll tuck that down. Now on this side, we could more or less afford to just completely copy this on the other side. And I quite like that idea. You know what? Yes. We're just going to delete this and then copy wholesale the whole thing on this side. There we are. And yes, actually we want that as well. And yoink. And there we go. Now that is way too expensive. We do not want that much, it to be this expensive. That is crazy, crazy sauce. Actually, do we want the power? Yes, because we've got a lot of shields, so using this much power would be right for us. But we will cut back on these plasma mortars to cut the cost back into the 3000s if we can. I may have to go with stripping some of the power there, which is a bit of a shame. but it's not entirely unexpected either. Okay, so we've gotten rid of a huge chunk of the expense here. Now we can add a couple of things. For example, flak cannons to deal with any annoying fighters that might try and attack us. Let's add these in there, little clusters of flak cannons buried in a decent bit of armor there. Now the only thing I'm a little bit concerned about is this is not as much shields as I was really hoping for. But let's have a quick look at how effective this unnamed scout vessel, unnamed artillery vessel is. Let's have a quick test. The Not Sure Plasma. Okay, you've got a lot of different plasma guns there, quite a lot of power as well. This thing is remarkably fast, honestly, and fire. And we annihilated the front of his ship. Absolutely annihilated it. Wow, okay. I'm impressed with that, considering I was expecting to have to do a lot of adjustments to it. That initial volley is absolutely deadly. The Sakuroko Heavy Battlecruiser. Oh, I think you're going to have a bit of a hard time with this one. It's trying to flee. You're going to find it hard to get close enough to engage this one. He is happy to snipe from very far away. I think this is going to be a non-starter, really, honestly. He's already taken out one of the shields, two of the shields. You're not even within firing range yet, and he is massively damaged one part of the ship. This is not particularly good. Not good at all. We've already lost a chunk of the combat capability of this vessel, and it won. Wow, okay. Clearly, just backing up is the way to go. Forcing us to have to come in and fight. Well, I'm not going to change the design of our ship for that, because that is effectively what this ship is meant for bombarding enemies, and just that battlecruiser being able to outrange us, you know, just what it does. That's fine. Wow, really? And it's crazy lasers as well? That is bonkers. That ship is amazing. I really like it. Let's have a good look at it. That is absolutely nuts. Lots of tiny little thrusters. Oh my lord, what on earth are we about to attack? What on earth? Seriously? Craziness. Absolute bonkersness. What are we approaching? Why? I'm losing parts of my ship. Destroy the everything. Mind you, I'm doing a fair chunk of damage as well, but I don't really, it's just a brick with thrusters and guns on the corners. There is very little imaginative about this particular vessel. It's just popping out a couple of mines here and there that I'm shooting here and there. This is a rather uninspiring battle. I will win on points, but I doubt I'm going to win by actually killing anything, because my mortars are not firing properly now. It's all about the alpha damage with this thing, it seems. Not as impressed with this one. No, I think we need something else. We need... Well, first and foremost, I haven't finished with it, because there was still a few more things that I wanted to do. And they are still a go. Now, the main thing I wanted to do was actually have a second ring of defenses along the outside, but I'm thinking I'm going to have to forego that, because this became expensive crazy fast. Well, no, it didn't. It didn't actually become expensive fast. It was becoming expensive because it's just an expensive build. But there we go. Let's move these in. We want to build this up. Probably going to need a second one as well. Yes, okay, so we're wanting a good, decent chunk of armor. This is meant to be an incredibly heavy, difficult to kill construction. And there we are. I mean, we could easily upgrade this later on as well by adding much more in the way of components in these sections. But for now, this is all I want to do. And I've got to try and get this balance correct here. We need these at this point, I would say. There we go. And another one. Ah, damn ya. It's just off. Well, I can easily shrink it down and just have two of them. There we go. Fantastic. Alright, so on the inside, we'll do the same again. Just build this out. And shrink that down once again. And then fill in that little corner section. Alright, so that looks fine to me. So we've got a fairly heavy outer ring. Now the question is, how much is this going to affect its mass? And as a result, its speed. More importantly, its speed, really. We'll grab all of this if we can. There we go. And that should just fit in neatly. Maybe? Yes. Perfect. Then we just bulk that out. Now, as you can see, I was going for a bit of a omnidirectional attack platform with this one. I felt that it suited the idea. Now, the idea was to have a second ring of shields, but that isn't going to happen. So we're going to push that ring of shields out to the very edge. But this will also slow this vessel down quite considerably, actually. So there are downsides to having this much armor. But again, it's more or less what this thing was designed to be. So I'm disinclined to get rid of it. And we want to copy all of this, including all of that. There we go. And over on this side. There we are. Okay, now I'm hoping that this is relatively close to what I was asked to make. We'll see in a moment, but now adding these is it's gonna put in way too much cost. So we're gonna get rid of this. I'm going to use this to quickly build up the shields, though. We'll swap that one there, that one in the middle. There we go. I may have to cut costs elsewhere in order to fit this many shields on, but worth it in my opinion. Because we have increased the number of shields required for this build. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We're up into the 4,000s now. There we go. And down here, make sure that the shield rings are overlapping for maximum protection. I mean, it would be lovely if I could afford to make this vessel like this, though I'd want a little bit more armor on that outside shield, but for the time being, it's not terribly bad. You know what? Actually, we haven't increased the number of shields at all. Yeah, I was worrying about that, but it seems that we're actually okay. It's going to be annoying to get all of these out of here, though, so let me just do it like this instead. There we are. Get rid of you. Now, we can either just add some more armor, or in these spaces we could eventually add... Well, you know what? We could add all sorts of things. How close do they have to be for that to hit? That's fine. I think we'll add armor for now, but there's plenty of room to upgrade this vehicle. Now, hopefully all of this extra armor on the outside isn't going to slow it down too much, but it probably will. I mean, the mass is going to be enormous now thanks to all of this extra ring there, but hopefully we can deal with that. And, I mean, this was already much faster than I was expecting, so we had a little bit of a speed buffer there anyway. You know what, we could just expand this out. Nah, let's not go there. And instead, just pad this out with armor. Would you please slot in there? There we go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. It's a bit utilitarian, I know, and not my typical build at all, but I think it's undeniably interesting all the same. Now, we could, if we need to, add more thrusters. If it's absolutely necessary, we can do that. But let's see how this one tests. It's basically going to be the same sort of level of ship. Oh, you were the scallywag we had trouble with last time. Let's see how this goes. It's a much slower vessel now. There we go. Unleash all of the mortars. We've also already lost some shields, but now it's trying to burrow through, and it will as well, because those weapons are so far away from the cockpit. Not the best, honestly. Not the best at all. The Snowcatcher is a very ingenious vehicle. Not particularly good looking, but quite effective at what it does. There we go. Just that constant, those prongs of spiky armor there. Let's get another test just to see if we can get past the snowcatcher. There we go. Because I don't think it's going to be interesting to watch that one again. It will be exactly the same fight. There we go. This will be fun. Fire! Okay, you missed. Bad you. We've also lost 3 shields. Fire again. And again. There we go. That's a little bit better. He's skedaddling. He's got way too many thrusters. Where on earth are you going? Launch! Fire! Mortars! Now! No? Absolutely not? Apparently no. Ah, there we go. That's a little bit better. Maybe we need some different weapons in addition to the mortars that we've got on it at the moment. Because that is basically an enormous problem for this thing to be able to deal with. It's got only these very slow-firing weapons. Maybe I should give it some of the larger plasmas in addition to the mortars. Maybe cut back on some of the mortars to make room? I'm thinking maybe yes. I think that's possibly one of the problems that we're having, is we've got one type of weapon, and only that one type of weapon. How much do these cost? These cost 72. They are actually... they cost less, which is nice. Okay. We could have them in these spots, in the necks of the of this building. Yeah, something like that. We'll attach it to the rear one so that by breaking the front armor piece, it doesn't detach the plasma. Also, I imagine we can fit in one of these, maybe? No, not quite. That's a shame. I probably could, however, fit this in just as a slight bit of extra protection for it, though. There we go. Just add a tiny little bit of armor extra to try and deal with any nasties. But I think that's about it for this vessel. It's a fairly uninspired one, I grant you, fairly utilitarian, but I think it does the job, especially against certain types of enemies. The issue with this one is getting it close enough to engage those types of enemies. This Alpha Strike is absolutely incredible. Just that is absolutely wonderful. And I can imagine this becoming even more powerful. It's got a lot of room internally to add new components by stealing from enemy vessels. There we go. That is absolutely wonderful. We'll see against the Sphinx Mod D. Now that one looks like it's got an awful lot of armor at the front. It is built with that armor in mind. Launch! No? Okay, it's backing out of this one. It doesn't want any of it. Clever. It's going to keep you at range. You are going to lose against it. Unfortunately, we lack the awesome firepower that many of our enemies seem to have in terms of engaging us at range. And that is a problem. When we're far away, there's very little that we can really do against them. Those mine layers are interesting, though. Perhaps I should start littering the area around the ship with mines. Let me just check. How much would they cost to upgrade? The mine layer. How much would it cost to build? 79. Okay. We'll have a look at that. And, well, we're actually already in the 4,000 range, though. Which is not what I want. Let's split this up a little bit. Something like this. So we'll drag this around. Get rid of you. Move one of these in there so I'm not cutting back on the power too aggressively. Oops, that's not quite what I meant to do. There we go. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. There we go. We don't want to take this too far out of the range of the other ships that we've made. For reasons. Now we just need to cut back here, and we should be good. We should be well back down within acceptable limits. There we go. Now the mine layers. Now these are interesting. I wonder if I place them around there. on these corners whether those mines would attack me or whether they would launch outside the ship. That's the question. That's the last thing we need to test with this one. Because if this works, then I'm ready to sign off on it. Oh, fantastic. It is deploying the mines outside of the ship. Glorious. That's right. Just keep littering mines all over the place. It'll eventually kill the enemies. Can you move through the mines okay? Yes, you can. The mines actually do just flat out move through you, which is fine. You're not rushing at all. That's a lie. You're saying rushing, but you're lying to me. Okay. Well, that's fine. You're not built to be a fast ship. But the mines do work as expected, so that's perfect. All I need to do now is plug that little hole I made where I took out the plasma mortars. And we're good to go, I think. There we are. Fantastic. There's a little part of me that's wondering if maybe getting rid of these would be a better idea. I added them in to try and deal with long-range attacks, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. So instead of doing that, what I can do is this. Although this vessel is slow, it'll be made much faster. Actually, I just want it to have a forward propulsion with these, just so that it can try and approach whatever it's primarily attacking. But that is it. We are done with this one. Not, again, the most aesthetically pleasing design, but it has a certain charm, I feel, and a certain inevitability to the destruction of its enemies. And I like that. I like that a lot. This ship shall be named the HMSS Gilgamesh. This is named for Dewdrop the Bold, who is now officially the winner of the 5th day of Reassembly. Once again, apologies for the late upload with this one. Blame Dwarf Fortress, don't blame me. Well, you can't blame me, I suppose, because I made the choice to continue playing. Damn it. But, there we go. Not enough P to build this ship. Really? Do I not? How much is it? 3852. I should have enough. Yes, I've got loads of P. Let's go ahead and add this up there. We will replace the nebula bomb for now. Have we already got the nebula bomb down here? Yes, we do. So we can just delete that and move the HMSS Gilgamesh up into the top. That is a pretty beefy lot. Well, it's not particularly long range, but it is more or less a heavy hitter. That's not a brawler. That is flat out, I wish to just utterly stomp on you from a reasonable distance. I'm not particularly good at applying lots of DPS once we get in close, but that first strike should be enough to finish most things. And it looks like we've got a Borg faction just up here. Let's go and say hello, shall we? Some time in order to even spawn the next one, because I have to save up this much for each of the ships. So, before I make a silly mistake, let's just move the Phoenix Quill out so that with the Nebuchadnezzar and the Titan bot. That way, I can guarantee there's only one ship that my flagship is going to try to build. There we go. And it is now time to build it, I feel. There we go. That was a 1,000-point ship we just destroyed. Spawn. Ah, glorious. There we go. We've added this wonderful mortar platform to our fleet. Let's get you in. Come on. The rest of us, well, actually, no, quite a few of us are fairly slow, so you'll fit right in. And now let's add everyone back. So the Titan bot, the Phoenix Quill, and the Nebuchadnezzar all return. The HMSS Gilgamesh. We've also got the HMSS Test down there. In fact, we kind of want a Test now. We're going to need a Test with us so that it can start building the others. Yes, we'll add Test back into the group. Look at the size of the Gilgamesh compared to the other ships. My lord, that was unintended. You're awesomely huge. Let's gather up all... Oh no, those resources, they disappeared. Drat. Okay. Well, we are in a position now to really start bullying the enemies. Even the agents. Though, I don't want to push our luck too much with the agents. they aren't a pushover. We shouldn't expect them to be easy kills. Really? Did you just shoot at the nebula bomb? That was a bit rude. Let's direct everyone's attention to that one ship. Fire! Fire all of the mortars. Glorious. Absolutely wondrous. Okay, that is going to be it for this episode. As with all of the others, all you need to do is reply in the comments to be in with a chance to win the 6th day of reassembly. But that is it from me and our slowly growing fleet. I do hope you liked the episode, and I hope you will be joining us for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care.